Hello, welcome to another episode of Poverty Hour, where we take a look at games that might, might just be worth your money, might be just be worth buying for cheap. Maybe they're worth the money they're asking, and definitely not AAA because everyone knows about those. This is Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. This episode's gonna be a little different. I played the shit out of Dragon's Dogma on the PS3 and as well as PC. Not like hundreds of hours or anything, but all the way through, you know, that kind of thing. Except for the expansion stuff, kind of working in on that. But I am going to explain to you why this is worth your time. Or whatever. Your menu. There's different modes, hard mode, speedrun. There's also New Game Plus, which just starts you over with all your goodies. I guess options first. Keyboard and mouse. Just controller. Which is interesting, we'll get to that. I'm using controller right now because that's just what I use in PS3, just got used to it. Music sound effects, blah blah blah. Yep. All your basics, whatever. Video options, refresh rate, full screen, VSync, post-processing, HDR, FOV, which, come on, it's third person, who gives a shit. Brightness, all your goodies, that's it. I'll be loading into my game here. Spoiler warning, I'm not going to be spoiling too much, but I am in the post-game. There's a reason for that. Mostly because that's where the real game basically begins. The whole rest of the game is kind of a primer to to the grind, I guess. For those of you who don't know, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is kind of the standalone expansion. It's like the original game bundle with an expansion. That's the only way they allowed you to purchase it. Kind of like Fable: The Lost Chapters. If any of yeah, you probably all remember Fable, come on. Peter Molyneux. My guy is a wizard, kind of. There's different classes. I'll get into that in a minute. First thing I like to point out is the soundtrack is fantastic. This one does not have the boy band thing in it. You can explore towns. You can go climb up on things. Sometimes this results in treasure, other times it results in just a cool view. You may be wondering, who are those three people following you? Well, they are pawns. They are subhuman garbage, one that you create, and the others that you recruit that are other people's pawns. If we go to stats, there's my guy. He's a wizard, kind of. Magic archer. Wizard with a bow. You've got all your stats, all your goodies, all your math. And there's the pawn, a warrior, female warrior. You can basically, the character customization is pretty deep. Some people just go with stock characters, and that's, you know, that's their prerogative, and that's not really stock. Pawns are interesting, which right now, sometimes people will give you gifts for using your pawn. So, what am I doing?
Quite tidy, this room.
Talk to an innkeeper.
Matt, what can I do you for?
Just don't read what he's saying. Sleep until morning. And it'll re-update the server and give you anything if anyone's used your pawn in the past however long you haven't been playing. And let's see. Oh, okay, I guess no one likes my cool warrior lolly girl thing. Elf character. Oh well. You can change your pawn's inclination, meaning how they act, by sitting in one of these chairs. So I don't really want to right now. You can accept quests. The whole dealio, there are some problems with this game, but we'll get into those. The pawn recruitment system, I guess I could use new pawns. These ones have been pretty helpful, but I prefer them to be my level. So what happens is
everything in order, Master?
send away the gift. You're not getting ambrosial meat, but give you something. How about silver ore? You look whatever, but you were helpful, so you can kind of give them ratings, and they'll get the message in their game. So it's not multiplayer, but it's pretty close
Is everything in order,
to what
Master?
kind of like the Dark Souls system. For you, how do you feel about a gold ore? Yeah, these designs are kind of, not that mine's special or unique, but what you want usually is a balanced party. Since I already have a magic type, an offensive magician, and a warrior who acts as my defensive blockade, what you want is a mage, usually, who has healing magic, which neither of these are mages, these are sorcerers. They don't have healing magic. You want something...
Yes, Arisen?
Some people level up and then never update their skills. I don't know enough about the skills of other classes because I don't play with them, but
I am on.
this guy seems like he's doing okay. Get rid of these others, don't need you. And if you don't feel like standing around like an idiot, you can go to the stone, just, why not top rank? We don't want that, that's crazy. That's crazy town. We want to search, no wait, pawns by level, 79. Change search conditions. We just want mages. Finish. We want to make sure he has anodyne. And fire affinity, holy affinity, high. Oh, that's. Maybe Rhea would be good. Let's see what their gear is. I take a minute to spawn and hey, Zelda, get some. Yeah, need some pants. That's an old robe. Maybe...
Yes, Arisen.
Details. DO2 perfection. All the good stuff. Holy staff.
Yes, Arisen.
No, let's try you.
Yes, Arisen.
Hey, look, it's guts. Very standard spells. Yeah, it's fine. You're fine. We gotta get going.
I am on.
Excuse me while I take a drink. Ah, here we are. We have our pawns. We are ready to be an adventurer. Now, like I said, this is post-game, so I'm probably try not to talk to anyone, because some things do change after you beat the game, story-wise and stuff. So I'm trying not to approach anyone or go outside this town. We are going to go to the expansion area, so I can show you a few things, combat and whatnot. Oh yeah, you're not here anymore. Eternal Fairy Stone, which is the most helpful thing and basically fixes the game. Wait, am I crazy? Oh, Bitter Black Isle. There we go.
Take care of the water's edge.
As you can see, though, from the map
Just as
that I just showed, that I just skipped over. Well, it doesn't matter right now. The maps are huge.
crystal.
There's actually quite a bit to do.
Anywhere with the use of a magic item.
This isn't really a spoiler area because, like, you can access this place in the beginning of the game if you're a ballsy badass.
Even she herself knows a little of this place.
I don't want to do that right now.
I'll wager she
I muster only a stronger will. A will as yours can bring if there is aught I can
Change
do.
vocation. Okay, basically, I'll just go over them just real quick. You have Fighter, which is your basic dude bro sword and shield guy, if you'll load. Strider is basically a thief. Mage, self-explanatory. Warrior, two-handed weapons. Ranger is, they get big bows, and they're all about ranged rather than like climbing on enemies like the Strider is. Sorcerer is giant tornadoes and other such things which you can find. Clips of people who went all the way through and did all that. As you can see, I level it up all the way for the stats. Mystic Knight is exactly what it sounds like. Not really. They use shield magic for the most part, and they can kind of have like a thing where they basically just play baseball and t-ball the whole time with a magic ball. Assassin is kind of good for solo stuff, and he's kind of a cross between a warrior and a rogue. You get swords as well as bows. And Magic Archer, which is the best one, it's the most balanced. Daggers, stabs, magic bows. So you can use whatever the hell you want.
If there is aught I can do, say.
seems something's written here.
You can learn all sorts of skills.
If there is aught I can do, only a stronger will. A will is yours. If there is aught I
You have tons of items in this game, like an unbelievable amount of equipment and stuff. Not really
If there is,
Diablo
don't
level,
pray.
because everything's pretty much, you know, unique. But some interesting stuff nonetheless. I'm gonna rest a couple times just to make sure that everything's reset. Just gonna go through a couple levels of the dungeon, kind of show you what this game's all about, what the important things are, because this game is not like Skyrim or anything like that, or Elder Scrolls. Well, it is, it being an open world action RPG, but there are
The head is long and hard. Let us rest while we can.
there are some differences, like the fact that they're in first person, of course. Also, this game has also been compared to Dark Souls, Demon Souls. I can kind of see that, mostly because this game does not give a shit about you. Lanterns. By the way, this lantern, your lifeblood. The game tells you that, and you're like, yeah, whatever. No. You need to see. At night, things will tear you apart. Yeah, the dungeons in this game, that's what it's all about. That's what it feels like to me. The dungeon, look at this. Look at this beauty. Look at this beautiful place. They'll just collect things on their own. Just ignore them. They won't shut the fuck up either. But you can crawl up anything. You can do double jumps. If you have staff, you can levitate. That's part of the reason why the magic archer is so useful. Look at that name, Garden of Ignominy. Just collect items, you know, that kind of thing. You can farm for mats, you know, farm for materials. Look at this.
The moonlight lends this place an otherworldly feel.
Shut up, Hog.
I wonder what's inside.
In all seriousness,
Target the Arisen on mine.
this ability is overpowered as shit, because it just ricochets around and literally just murders everyone. I'm a little over level for this.
That was hardly a warm-up.
Oh, Rift Crystal. That's those are important. They give you Rift Crystals. Self-explanatory. They're just they're currency for buying pawns and for buying special items. They don't matter, like cosmetic stuff. And remaking your face, which the character creator in this, like I said before, fantastic. But no, this is the huge mega dungeon in the Dark Arisen expansion. Here's just the first level. Here's the second and the third. That's just the first neighborhood. I don't know why it's called that. But there's like 15 floors? I want to say 15. Always check for hidden roots and stuff. You know, you never know what you'll find. And that's the glory of this game. It's like, it just feels like a frickin' like a D&D game. Like, oh, I'm going on an adventure. I'm gonna
Stronger than a common goblin.
just go get some treasure, go to town, buy new items. This is the epitome of a dungeon crawler. That's range combat. You're gonna take damage. Yep. You have different abilities. Magic Archer specializes, you know, in more magic. Such as this, you know, shoot balls, Hadokens, that kind of thing. Boom, boom, boom. Teleporting attacks. Just make sure to hold in the direction. This game basically has move lists. Different stuff. There's different moves for different situations, for different playstyles. Normally these enemies are not that easy to kill. At the beginning of the game, you'll be struggling to even do that. But he does drop a lot of goodies, so there's that. Might not even use these, but who knows? Maybe you'll find a cool piece of equipment that requires that for some reason. And that's the name of the game, folks. Go into dungeons. Go out in the wilderness, which I can't really show you without spoiling major areas of the game, like a major feature of the post-game. Since this isn't post-game, this is just part of the main game. It's fine. But there's different things like that. There's all sorts of quests God, I'm just repeating myself, aren't I? Oh, God. See, this kind of thing can happen. That thing will kill you in one fucking hit. You don't want to get hit by that. Don't even get hit. Don't even get hit. Okay, see, the music just got super nuts and intense because this thing's gonna wreck your fucking shit. No, don't get touched by it. Don't get touched by this. Look at it. Do you want to get touched by that? I don't want to get touched by that. See, I'm freaking out. This thing's scary. I'm doing a lot of damage, but this thing will kill you in like 2 hits. 1 hit. Half a hit. It doesn't like ice. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Heal. Whew. It gets kind of intense. Okay. Whew. I'm just gonna go away over here. 6-volt bolt and ricochet hunter. Basically your main 2 things if you want to do proper elemental damage. There's more tactical spells, but this is basically, you know, for high max. But it is pretty customizable in what you want to do. For instance, you don't have to have daggers, you can have a... Oh my god, I didn't know this shit breaks. Learning new things every day. Perfect, perfect, perfect. These guys drop items that are pretty good. Look at all this XP. These guys, this kind of thing is interesting in these dungeons. These things can get attracted to goop. And look, I just got an item, and that's a feature of this thing that's pretty cool. Is you can get random items. You have to purify it.
You need but consult your map. I'll do your wounds.
Now here's an interesting feature that you don't see that often. Some games have it. Good ports do. And this makes a good port. Capcom's good at this. Hands are off the controller. Boom. Instant PC control. The controls are a little weird. Here's bow mode. And I think your skills are bound to something. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. But like you can aim more accurately this way. It actually feels pretty natural. So if you're worried about, oh no, it doesn't have proper keyboard controls, it totally does, and you just go crazy. It's a little smoothie, but it's third person. Like it kind of follows your character, so no matter, you know, it's pretty okay. Going back to controller now.
Treasure, perhaps?
It's a very well polished game. Now that it's basically this is the complete version on Steam. I'd love to see it come to GOG, but that's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. Not that I'd rebuy it. I'll see. I'm in the light category now. Slows you down. So you just give your pawn all your garbage, because who cares how fast they run? There's a lot of menu play in this, like a lot of giving things to things and renegotiating, trying to fit extra items in your inventory. Because there's a little perk you get. Dehydrated. Perk you get from being a warrior. And here's the problem. There's some things that you just kind of have to do if you want to have your game be like not fucking annoying. You get these augments from leveling up your vocations, and you can spend the extra XP, like job points, kind of in Final Fantasy. If, you know, there's something similar to get these extra things to buy skills and also buy these. Now this, wait, no, where are you? Sinew. You get this from being a fighter. So no matter what class you pick, you're gonna want to level up the fighter vocation to 5 to get this. It allows you. Do you see that bar where it says very light and it's blue next to my name? That used to be half its length. It's just like the hawk guy down there. So it actually makes it so that you can carry more and still be very light and run around pretty quick. Because otherwise you're like moving at this speed while running. It's not fun. I'm not going to spoil the entire level. You know, leave some secrets for you to find if you choose to pick this up. This is a high level area, but like I said, if you're good enough, you can totally do it low level. But yeah. See, I'll show you a little secret here. Not really that secret, it's pretty obvious. Whoa, what's this? Yeah, you have a lot of money by the end of the game. Basically, this game is great. It's fantastic. It's probably one of the best games of its kind to exist at all. And Capcom, should be ashamed of themselves. Why? Because it took them, what, 3 years to port it to PC. As well, it took them, how long to make a sequel? Oh wait, they didn't.
Malice or summit like it.
Yeah, they made an MMO for the second one. This is ridiculous. Here we go. Second floor. Or one of the most beautiful areas in the game. Dusk Moon Tower. And here's where it opens up for the dungeon. This is a mega dungeon. The game itself has tons of smaller dungeons, tons of small areas, little encampments. You can go visit, fight enemies, find items, kill bunny rabbits for their meat, and you know, just in general have a lot of fun. This is one of the few times where it's like, hey, this video game is the most video game you've ever video gamed. It's not pretentious. I don't know if you've noticed, you may have noticed, if you're a fan of something called Berserk, this is basically Berserk the game. The PC version does not have, the console versions had, you could get Griffith and Guts armor from Berserk. You cannot do that in this version. Copyright issues, I suppose. Even though in the character creator, one of the defaults is just straight up Guts, like this guy. Just change it a little bit. It's basically Berserk the game. It's dark fantasy, that kind of style of brutality and demons and horror and all that jazz, all that fun stuff that keeps you up at night. But this game is a lot of fun. If you're looking for anything of that sort, like if you played Dark Souls, if you played you know, whatever, it's a completely different experience. It's a very Japanese Western thing. It's this weird thing that like Record of Lodoss War had and stuff, where it's like, oh, that's what they think. It's like how Miyazaki in Dark Souls, he's just like, I can't read this. What's this mysterious stuff? Oh, there's a monster. That is, see, they just kind of amp up the challenge of monsters. Not really a spoiler because these things were in the trailers. But it's a normal thing. You get way tougher post-game. See, that's what I'm saying about this part of the game is actually really manageable. Well, I guess there was a quest for it, so sometimes you just... And then what you can't see very well, that's bullshit. Now you can. The game runs smoothly. Capcom does pretty good ports most of the time. This game is fantastic. You should all buy it. I got it for $24 from Green Man Gaming because I'm a cheap ass. I didn't want to pay $30, but it's totally worth $30 if you're leery about places like that. Yeah. There's also a stamina system. That was dumb of me.
Hold on.
Save me again so I don't have to use an item.
Let's wait and see what
Gotta play in sloppily because this is a higher up level and there's not really much of a threat going on here. So really it's like, oh, I need to upgrade a weapon. So I'm gonna go back and to these dungeons I've already been to and find the materials I need. And you kind of have that thing going on. I guess people have called it like a cross between, you know, Elder Scrolls, Dark Souls, and Monster Hunter. And I guess that's probably the most accurate description. I don't know. There's a certain feel for things that I get a kick out of, and this Dark Souls, King's Field is a little too much for me back in the day as a kid. But like this, I'm trying to think of another game that has this feeling.
Come to a pitfall and you'll pay dearly.
Thanks for letting me know how holes work. See, they see dumb things. They're not very smart, but they're important to the plot and they're very useful. So, I mean, it's a huge game. There's if you're talking about value for money, games like this are the way to go. And instead of like a lot of games, like, you know, like your Assassin's Creeds and your Batmans and all that crap. Although I did enjoy Mad Max, because cars. These are the kind of games you really want to go for. Because, like, part of you, after a certain point of going through the areas over and over, you kind of turn off your brain. It's a good way to be like, yeah, you know, get that better thing. And then at the same time, when you're first going through the dungeons, it's the most stressful experience ever, because everything can kill you. Like I said, this is a way lower level than I am, this area. But everything can kill you. Everything's a freaking danger. Don't even mess. It's not as bad as Dark Souls. As Souls games, I guess. Because it's becoming a weird subgenre. Like, Igavadias that, you know, Diablo clones or ARPGs or whatever you want to say. This is a prime example of an action RPG that comes from a Japanese developer, or not action RPG, a computer RPG. It's not a JRPG. You won't find your animes here. Well, I guess, you know, Berserk, but like, you know what I mean. There's no moe things. It's very classical in that sense.
This looks interesting.
I mean, the art style alone should give it away. Oh, thanks. You take that. And I'll give you this. Yeah, you start off the game, you're just some lowly nobody. The setup of the story is basically, you're just some random fisherman. And, a dragon decides he likes the looks of your heart, and so he eats it. And then you gotta go get it back. End of story. Not really, but in order to get the full story, you literally have to follow every single quest line. I guess that's some people also compare to Dark Souls like that. You have to pay attention. Everything, from environmental cues to everything. Everything is basically kind of just one big Berserk reference when it gets down to it. I mean, there's basically a character as Casca in the game. But a lot of characters look the same. There's a small witch girl who lives in a big tree. It's, yeah. But I don't know what else to say other than, like, the game's gorgeous. It runs really well. It's above 60, it's gotta be. I don't know. Very smooth. You won't see it because video compression and the fact that my computer can't handle running recording at 60. But as you probably saw if you saw my Dark Souls video, 2 videos. But you know what? The game runs well. I'm running on a GTX 660 and AMD FX 6300. If that gives you an idea, and 16 gigs of RAM because video editing and all that crap. There's treasure rooms to unlock. There's all sorts of stuff. This is just the Mega Dungeon. This is just the extended edition. It's, I don't know what engine it runs on. It runs really well. I'm assuming it's some Capcom thing. But you should all check it out. You should, like, in all seriousness, this is probably one of my favorite games in the last 10 years. It's not, everything about it is fantastic. The only thing that I have a problem with is that there's just no continuation. I don't want to play a shitty-looking Korean MMO thing. I want to play more single-player, dungeon-delving, awesome, fun-timeness. See, that was a bad idea. You'll die. But just imagine this dungeon. Alright, let's just go down to the next floor. Fuck it, we're here. We're doing it. We're doing something. So let's just do it. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What does this game have to offer you? It offers everything you could possibly want if you love RPGs. Well, tactical combat, not really. It's not really Twitch-based, but I don't even know if this is the right door. There's several doors you have to unlock in the area. Well, apparently I'm going to regret being here, so let's find out together. Yes, this is the area. This is the first way through. You unlock these stones. There's different shortcuts. The undead.
Giant undead.
They don't like light. Very classic in that sense.
It'll take more
Again.
than that.
Did it?
But it's, I guess some people will call it boilerplate. You know, generic fantasy, which is the dumbest fucking thing anyone could ever possibly fucking say. Like, holy shit. Like, I know what they mean, but, like, the term is stupid.
A giant undead spotted!
Any that would target the
Arisen,
Arisen
I am
online.
at your side.
Granted, I got a kick out of Konosuba because it was that. Because it was literally, look, I'm using a spell. I'm a first level wizard. And I thought that was just the funniest thing for some reason. Stuff like Rune Soldier and all that. Just shitty adventures. But this is not. This is fantastic. The art, oh man, the art book. Oh, I wish it wasn't softcover. Because then it'd be worth the asking price. This game does have its fair share of problems. But nothing I can think of offhand. It's all like little technical wibble wobbles. Some quests are extremely missable. Like, it's embarrassing how missable these quests are. Like, if you don't have a guide, like a spoiler-free guide when you're playing this damn thing, I guess that's what the new Play Plus is for, but do you really want to do that? Like, play through the game, not understand anything, play through it again, and then have to use a guide anyway? Like, you might as well just use a guide. Spoiler-free one, so you don't know what's going on. Anyway, you worry, there are achievements or whatever. Oh god, that is a mimic. This thing is gonna disappear if you don't kill it fast. You want to kill it fast. Because they'll disappear. And save your pawn.
It'll take more than that. I can still fight.
Mimics are random. Yeah, they happen. So watch out. But yeah, this, I mean, the level design is impeccable. Like, everything kind of flows in a natural way. There's block offs and stuff, of course. So it's kind of mostly linear. But the levels make sense, let's say that. The characters are kind of, you know, some of them are kind of cool, like the Casca-looking woman. She's kind of an interesting character with how pathetic she feels and all that stuff. Because you're basically showing her up. Not really a spoiler, it kind of happens in the first hour or two.
What's inside?
It's just...
What's this?
It's just an example of a game that doesn't take itself too seriously. Well, I guess it kind of does. But where you can kind of just make yourself, or make some random guy or whatever, make your waifu or whatever, and just go in and have a lot of fun. Like I said, there's missable quests. I'd suggest, if you do play it, that you have some sort of guide. You know. Well, I didn't even... Oh.
I will protect you. I'll scale it and strike from above.
Wait, is this the enemy?
May this strike be your exposed after an attack.
Oh, curmudgeons.
I've learned new techniques.
Quickly, unreal. Rampage in.
This is where this ability is overpowered. But, fuck it, right? It's in the game, I'm gonna use it.
Your weapon with holy light.
They drop pretty good stuff. These random enemies show up. And that's kind of the deal, right? This is a video game that has excellent combat mechanics. Not only do you have stuff like that, you've got like dodge rolls that I don't really use because it's more of a ranged character. But when you get into melee and stuff, you have stuff where you can launch yourself onto enemies. I guess I should have demonstrated it there. Maybe we'll find some before time runs up. But you can climb on enemies and stab them in the eyes and stuff, and cut their shins and stuff and knock them down. Enemies have very modular combat. There's a lot of climbing, a lot of jumping and running. You can jump off cliffs and do like downward stabs and that kind of thing.
Our foes are fierce and strong. Best we made a point of treating any wounds immediately.
I know how wounds work, and I'm not sure if I can reach this. Yes, I'm not sure I can. I'm not even gonna try it. I'll just show you the, And I forgot my staff. Woo! That was smart. got up there anyway. But normally you have a staff and you can levitate. And it's pretty useful. Look, you can grab onto things. There's an explanation. There's a reason. And none of them can hurt me. Holy attacks hurt unholy enemies. But, I mean, if you love D&D and stuff like that, and action RPGs as well, you will definitely love this game. You probably already played it if you're that kind of person. But for anyone else on the fence, the game is totally worth the asking price. Although, you know, sales. I kind of always wait for sales anyway. A lot of fun. Repeating myself at this point. Kind of running out of things to say, to be honest. It's just a kick-ass dungeon crawler.
This smell is an assault.
And with that, I'll leave it. You get to find out what's next. I mean, I got that far as a low level, so could you. This game is available on Steam. There's the console versions, but they run at 15 frames per second, and the screen is squished with a weird cinematic camera to keep the game running smoothly in 15 frames. It's really worth your time. I put about 50 hours into it so far. I'm pretty close to the end, but I'm kind of just putting it off and doing random things, and there's New Game Plus, and if you really want to get into it and collect everything, completionist thing is well over 100 hours. So dollar per hour crowd, you guys, we're covered. This has been Poverty Hour. Thanks for stopping by, and see you next time.